So hello friends. So in this section we will be discussing about calculation of effective resistance. Let us begin with the first problem. So the current is entering at A and leaving from B. So if we look at the first circuit over here, so these two are in parallel. Over here these three are in parallel, and over here these four are in parallel, and the result of these three resistors are in series with each other. So if we solve this out, I say this one as RP1, this one as RP2, and this one as RP3. So I can write it as 1 by RP1 is equal to 1 by 24 plus 1 by 24, which is equal to 2 by 24, and RP1 is equal to 12 ohm. For the second one, we say RP2 is equal to 3 by 24. So from here I can write that Rp2 is equal to 8 ohm. And for the third one we calculate Rp3, which is equal to 4 by 24, which we write it as 6 ohm. And hence the effective value of resistance can be written as by the series combination. So we can add three of them, that is Rp1 plus Rp2 plus Rp3, which is equal to 26 ohm. So for this particular problem, option C is correct. Let us move to the next question. Question number 2. Over here we are seeing that this particular circuit resembles the Wheatstone bridge. In case you cannot see it in the form of a Wheatstone bridge, I will give it a different look. So let us say this is C, and this portion is named as D. So if I redraw this circuit, so from A to B, there are two important portions. Like from A to C we have a resistance of 2 ohm. Then from C to B I have a resistance of 4 ohm. Now from A to D I have a resistance of 4 ohm. And then from D to B we have a resistance of 8 ohm. And the point connecting C and D have a resistance of 10 ohm. So over here we can clearly see that this ratio is in the ratio 1:2. Similarly, this is in the ratio 1:2. So it is a case of balanced Wheatstone bridge, and hence I can remove this resistor which is in between. So RS1, that is the series segment on the top, is making up for 6 ohm. RS2 is equal to 12 ohm, that is the series resistance of these two resistors, and the combination is in parallel. So R parallel is equal to R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2. So we get the value effective of 4 ohm. So for this particular question, 4 ohm is the effective resistance for this circuit. Let us move to the next problem. Over here again we have a circuit in which we can see that there is a balanced Wheatstone bridge. The ratio over here is 1:2, and so is the ratio on the other side, that is 1:2. So I can remove the 7 ohm resistor in between. So from here I can say that RS1 is equal to 5 ohm and RS2 is equal to 10 ohm. So if we calculate the effective value, so I can say that R effective is equal to R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2. So this is equal to 10 by 3 ohm. So for this particular problem, 10 by 3 ohm is the correct alternative. Let us move to the next problem. So in this particular circuit, we can consider it this way, that the current entering at A is coming out from B. So over here, this entire segment and the effective value of all these combination are in series, and this two are in series, and the result combination is in parallel. So now in order to solve this, I am first of all calculating the effective value by solving this network. So this is 3 ohm, 3 ohm, 3 ohm, 3 ohm. So I am solving this part. So over here it is 6 and this one is 6. So the effective is going to be 1 by 6 plus 1 by 6, that is 2 by 6 will give us 3 ohm. And now the upper segment, that is R series 1. So I can write this as 3 ohm, the combination of both of them 3 ohm, and then again 3 ohm, that is 9 ohm. And the series combination for the resistance in the lower segment is 6 ohm. So now if we calculate the effective value of resistance, then the effective value of resistance offered is equal to R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2. 18 by 5, which we can write it as 3.6 ohm. So D option is correct for this particular problem. Let us move to the next one. This one is a similar type of easy circuit. Over here, these three are in series, so we have a value of 3R. Again, these three are in series, we have a value of 3R. Now the combination is in parallel with each other, so the resultant can be drawn as R, and their combination will give us 3R by 2. So the effective value of resistance is equal to R plus 3R by 2, that is 5R by 2. So for this particular problem, option D, that is 5R by 2, is the correct alternative. Let us move to the next problem. Now this is a very interesting circuit. Over here it must be noted that these points which are connected together are equipotential in nature. So I can say that L and N have the same potential, and if I suppose call this as P, so M and P have the same potential. So if I draw the diagram this way, that I mark this point as L and the other end as P, so all the resistances are lying somewhere between L and P, because the potential of N is equal to L. So the three resistances are lying in between the potential L and P, and hence the effective value of resistance is going to become R by 3 ohm. So for this one, option C is correct. Let us move to the next problem. So let us solve this one. So if we solve this one over here, we find that these two are in series, 1 ohm and 1 ohm, 2 ohm, and this 2 ohm and this 2 ohm will combine together to give you 1 ohm again. Again, this 1 ohm and 1 ohm is in series, that is 2 ohm, and again in combination with this 2 ohm it will become 1 ohm. So again 1 ohm and 1 ohm will give you 2 ohm, and in combination with this 2 ohm it will give you 1 ohm, and then 1 and 1 will give you 2 ohm. So the correct option is going to be 2 ohm. And for the sake of solving, I am showing you one set of calculation, because the circuit is repeating itself. So I am drawing it this way, that this is 1 ohm, this is 1 ohm, and this one is 2 ohm. So if we take series value for this, so R series is equal to 2 ohm, and R parallel is equal to R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2. So we get this value is equal to 1 ohm. So this entire effective resistance is equal to 1 ohm. So I can again redraw it as 1 ohm and then repeat this circuit. So on solving, in the end we add 1 plus 1, that is 2 ohm is the correct answer. Let us move to the next one. So if we consider this circuit, over here all these points have potential equal to A. So all these points have potential equal to A, and all these points have potential equal to B. Now somewhere over here, which is an intermediate point, we are marking it as C. So if I redraw this circuit, then I can draw it this way, that there is a point A and the three resistances are coming from A to C, and then it is going to B. So it is 1 ohm, 1 ohm, 1 ohm, 1 ohm, and the combination over here which is joining us with B is also having 1 ohm. So let us first of all calculate the value for this parallel network. So since all are 1, so R parallel is going to be 1 by 3 ohm. And this is in series with this segment. So R series 1 is equal to 1 plus 1 by 3, that is equal to 4 by 3 ohm. So if we write the effective value of resistance, then it is equal to R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2. So we get this as 4 by 3 and 7 by 3. So we get the value equal to 4 by 7 ohm. So for this particular combination, C option is correct, that is 4 by 7. Let us move to the next problem. So in this network, they both are joined together, and hence I can say that if it is having a potential P, so then we can redraw in this way that it is A potential. So from A, these two resistances are coming to B, and then again these two resistances are going back to B. So this is 1 ohm, 2 ohm, this is 4 ohm, and this is 2 ohm. So if we calculate the parallel value for each one, so Rp1 is equal to R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2, that is 2 by 3 ohm. Rp2 is equal to R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2, that is 4 by 3 ohm, and the combination is in series, so the effective value is going to be 2 by 3 plus 4 by 3, that is 6 by 3, and on solving we obtain 2 ohm. So for this particular problem, option B is correct, that is 2 ohm. Let us move to the next one. So in this every combination over here, if we solve one such combination which is looking like this, there is a repetition of this particular combination 4 times. So R, R, R and R. So on the upper segment, these two R are in series, and in this lower segment also 2R is in series. So if I write the value of R parallel, so R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2, so we get equal to R. Now there are 4 such segments, so each segment is offering us a resistance of R. So if each one is offering us resistance of R, so effective resistance is going to become 4R. So 4R is the effective value of resistance for this particular problem. Let us move to the next one. So over here, if we look at this circuit in a proper way, so we can say that the combination over here and here is same. So does on the right hand side. So this is a case of a balanced Wheatstone bridge, and I can chop off this resistance which is in between. So if I do so, I will have the circuit like this. We will be left with this circuit. So now if I calculate the value for one network over here, which is something like this, R, R and R. So these two combination are in series, which is equal to 2R, and the effective value of this can be written as R1 R2 capital R upon R1 plus R2, that is 2R by 3. So we can redraw this circuit in this way, that this is 2R by 3 followed by another 2R by 3, and in the lower segment is the same set of the resistance. So 2R by 3, 2R by 3, 2R by 3, 2R by 3. This is A and this is B. So over here on solving we obtain R series 1 is equal to 4R by 3, and R effective is equal to 4R by 3 by 2, that is 2R by 3. So for this one, option D is correct, that is 2R by 3. Let us move to the next problem. So this is regarded as infinite ladder network. So whenever I solve this problem, I teach a small concept to students. You can consider it this way, that if you are solving a problem like x is equal to 2 upon 2 plus 2 upon 2 plus 2 upon till infinity. So whenever we solve this kind of a problem, we replace this segment and then we treat it as x. Why? Because removing these two is not going to affect the quantity which is going till infinity. So we write it as x is equal to 2 upon 2 plus x. So from here we can say that if the effective resistance R effective be the effective resistance, then I can redraw this circuit in this way, that this is equal to R, this is another R, this is another R, and this entire network is replaced with R effective. So this is R effective and all these values are equal to R, and the value over here will again be R effective. So if I solve this network now, so I can say that these two segments are in parallel. So R parallel is equal to R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2, and then the parallel value of this and these two are in series with each other. So we say it as 2R RE upon R plus RE, and the effective value is equal to RE. So I can rewrite this as 2R plus RE upon R plus RE. Now over here we have the value of R as equal to 1. So if I put the value of 1 over here, we can solve this out and obtain it as RE is equal to 2 plus RE upon RE plus 1. And the equation is going to be formed like this, that RE square minus 2R minus 2 equal to 0. So if we solve for R, which is equal to minus B plus minus root over B square minus 4AC, that is 4 minus 2AC by 2A. So we get R as 1 plus root 3 ohm. So for this particular problem, 1 plus root 3 is the correct alternative. The negative answer is not possible, that is why we cannot put it as 1 minus root 3. So the value of effective resistance is going to be 1 plus root 3. Let us move to next problem. So over here we are finding that the network on top and bottom is making a constant ratio 1:2, 1:2, 1:2. So I can chop off these resistances which is in between. So if we can remove these resistances which is in between, so I say RS1 for the upper segment is going to be 5 plus 10 plus 15, that is 30 ohm, and RS2 which is of the lower strata is going to become 10 plus 20 plus 30, that is equal to 60 ohm. And if I calculate R parallel, so we can write it as R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2. So we get the effective resistance of 20 ohm for this particular problem. Let us move to the next question. This is a very simple problem. If you look at it carefully, then all these resistances, all these points have the same potential B, and the other end is at the potential A. So I can say that there are 4 resistances which is connected between A and B, and there are 4 resistances which are connected in this particular fashion. So we say that R parallel is equal to R by 4 ohm. So for this problem, option A is correct. Let us move to the next problem. So in this circuit, we are looking for symmetry. So if you understand symmetry method, it is a very simple question which is to be solved. So if the current is entering at this end and leaving on the other end, so we are finding that the current when it enters this end, it find 3 identical networks like this. Although it must be noted that the current in each network is not going to be same. Similarly, when the current is reaching B, it is coming back through these 3 networks. So following the rule of symmetry, I can say that these 2 nodes will be equipotential nodes, and hence this 3 ohm is not going to contribute to any flow of current, and we can remove it out. So if we are removing this resistor, so we can redraw this diagram in this way, that there is a 3 ohm and the another 3 ohm, the 3 ohm in the lowest trunk, and these 2 resistances between A and B. So if we redraw it this way, this is 3 ohm each. So I say this is 6, 6 and 3. So the effective value or R parallel can be written as 1 by 6, 1 by 6 plus 1 by 3. So R parallel is equal to 6 by 4, that is equal to 3 by 2 ohm, or 6 by 4 ohm. It is matching with option 4. So this is the correct alternative. Let us move to the next problem. So if we look at this particular circuit, so again let us mark the different nodes. So if this is A, so I mark this end as also A. This is B, so I'm marking this as B. Now this end we are considering this entire thing as C. So now if we consider this circuit between A and B, so I can redraw it this way, that there is A, there is a point in between C, and then there is a B. So these are the 3 points between which the circuit is running, A, C, and then B. Now from A to C, I have the following resistances. One is 4 ohm. So first one is 4 ohm. The another one between A and C is 12 ohm. Now between C and B, there are two resistances, 6 and 3. So there is 6 ohm and the another one is 3 ohm. So this is can be drawn as an equivalent resistance diagram. So over here I say that Rp1 is equal to R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2, that is 3 ohm, and then we calculate Rp2 R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2, that is 2 ohm. So the effective value of resistance is going to become 5 ohm, because both these combination is in series. So for this problem, option D is correct. Let us move to the next problem. So we repeat the same procedure which we learned in the previous problem. So these points are A, all of them are A, and this point is going to be B. So between A and B, I am unable to mark any other network. So if we do the diagram, so this is A and this is B. So the first resistance, which is this one, is directly connected with B. So I say there is the first network which is equal to R. The second network, which I consider as this one, is having two resistances. So we call it as 2R. So the value is equal to 2R. The third one, which is this diagonal, is again offering the same resistance 2R. And the lowest one is offering a resistance equal to R. So now if we calculate the value of the effective resistance, then we write it as 1 by R parallel is 1 by R, 1 by 2R, 1 by 2R, 1 by R. So we can write it as by 2R, that is R parallel is equal to 2R by 6, that is R by 3 ohm. For this particular problem, R by 3, that is option B, is correct. Let us move to the next problem. So we have to calculate effective resistance between X and Y. So if you look carefully in this network, then we say that these two combination are in series and the result is in parallel with 6 ohm. So the effective value of these two combination in series is equal to 6 ohm, and then the parallel value is going to be R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2, which is equal to 3 ohm. So which means I can replace this entire network and redraw this in this way, that this is going to have 3 ohm, 3 ohm, 6 ohm, 3 ohm, 6 ohm, 3 ohm, and then again 3 ohm between X and Y. Now if you look carefully, again this network is repeated. So again we have the same repeated network over here, 3 and 3 6, and then 6 and 6 will combine together to give you 3 ohm. So again this network is repeated, 3 and 3 6, and 6 and 6 in parallel will again give you 3 ohm. Then 3 and 3 6, 6 and 3 are in parallel this time. So this time we say that R effective is going to be between 6 and 3. So R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2, that is equal to 2 ohm. So for this particular problem, 2 ohm is the effective value of resistance that is offered by this network between X and Y. Let us move to the next problem. So let us start understanding this circuit. So this network, let us understand it from here. So the upper one is in series with each other. So I calculate the series value, that is equal to 4 ohm, 1 plus 3. Now this 4 ohm and the another 4 ohm are in parallel with each other. So I can write this as RP1, which is equal to 2 ohm. These two 4 ohm, that is R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2, and it will give us 2 ohm value. Now this 2 ohm and this 2 ohm are again will give us 4 ohm. This 4 and 4 will again give us 2. This 2 and 2 will again give us 4, and 4 plus 1 will make it इसको करके दिखाना पड़ेगा. यहाँ पे एक बार रुक जाते हैं, 19 नंबर से वापस करते हैं. So between A and B, I am unable to mark any other network. So if we do the diagram, so this is A and this is B. So the first resistance, which is this one, is directly connected with B. So I say there is the first network which is equal to R. The second network, which I consider as this one, is having two resistances. So we call it as 2R. So the value is equal to 2R. The third one, which is this diagonal, is again offering the same resistance 2R. And the lowest one is offering a resistance equal to R. So now if we calculate the value of the effective resistance, then we write it as 1 by R parallel is 1 by R, 1 by 2R, 1 by 2R, 1 by R. So we can write it as by 2R, that is R parallel is equal to 2R by 6, that is R by 3 ohm. For this particular problem, R by 3, that is option B, is correct. Let us move to the next problem. So we have to calculate effective resistance between X and Y. So if you look carefully in this network, then we say that these two combination are in series and the result is in parallel with 6 ohm. So the effective value of these two combination in series is equal to 6 ohm, and then the parallel value is going to be R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2, which is equal to 3 ohm. So which means I can replace this entire network and redraw this in this way, that this is going to have 3 ohm, 3 ohm, 6 ohm, 3 ohm, 6 ohm, 3 ohm, and then again 3 ohm between X and Y. Now if you look carefully, again this network is repeated. So again we have the same repeated network over here, 3 and 3 6, and then 6 and 6 will combine together to give you 3 ohm. So again this network is repeated, 3 and 3 6, and 6 and 6 in parallel will again give you 3 ohm. Then 3 and 3 6, 6 and 3 are in parallel this time. So this time we say that R effective is going to be between 6 and 3. So R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2, that is equal to 2 ohm. So for this particular problem, 2 ohm is the effective value of resistance that is offered by this network between X and Y. Let us deal with the next problem. So over here we have to find the effective resistance between AB. So if we start solving this out, kindly be with me. So this one is 1 and 3 are in series with each other. So for 1 and 3 in series, I can write it as RS1 is equal to 1 plus 3, that is equivalent to 4 ohm. Now the 4 ohm value and this 4 ohm resistor are in parallel with each other. So I write RP1 is equal to R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2. So we get a value equivalent to 2 ohm. Now the 2 ohm, which is the effective value for this entire network, I can replace it with 2 ohm. So that 2 ohm and this 2 ohm are in series with each other. So I write it as RS2. This is equal to 2 plus 2, that is equal to 4 ohm. And the 4 ohm and 4 ohm are again in parallel with each other. So I write it as RP2. 4 upon 4 plus 4 8, again we get value equal to 2 ohm. So I mean to say that we can replace this entire circuit till here with a resistance of 2 ohm. Now with this 2 ohm resistor, the another 2 ohm resistor is in parallel with each other, and hence we get RP3 is equal to 1 ohm, and this one and the value calculated over here is in series with each other, so R equivalent is going to be 2 ohm. So for this particular question we get 2 ohm as the answer. Let me show it in a diagrammatical way, that after the first calculation we are left with this circuit, wherein the value is 2 ohm, 2 ohm, 4 ohm and then 2 ohm, and then again after one more reduction, these 2 and 2 are in series, that is 4, and 4 and 4 are in parallel, that is 2 ohm. So we are left with this circuit, and then we do the last part where 2 and 2 are in parallel with each other, that is 1 ohm, and 1 and 1 are added together to give you 2 ohm. So let us move to the next problem. Now in this question also we are finding a large number of series parallel network. So let us first of all solve this series network, this parallel network. So on solving this series and parallel network, I write it as RS1, which is equal to 6 plus 8 plus 4, that is 18 ohm, and the parallel network RP1, R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2, that is equal to 4 ohm. So I can redraw this circuit in this way, that this value is 4 ohm, this one is 6 ohm, and this value is equal to 18 ohm, and then we are left with 4 ohm, 4 ohm and 2 ohm. So this is what we obtain over here. So if we start solving for the next phase, so I can say that these two are in parallel with each other. So I calculate RP2, which is equal to R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2, that is 4.5 ohm, and these two are in series with each other, that is 6 ohm. Now this 6 and 4 are again in parallel with each other, so I call it as RP3. So R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2, 2.4 ohm, and I can finally redraw this circuit in this way, that it begins with 4 ohm over here. We have replaced 6 and 18 to obtain 4.5 ohm, which is here, and then again we replaced this 6 and 4 which is in parallel to obtain 2.4 ohm, which is here. So now the effective value of resistance between the A and B is going to be the sum of these because they are in series with each other. So we get a value equal to 10.90. So for this question, C option is the correct alternative.